taking the Fury to Thanksgiving dinner. See how I have these mounted in the dashboard?
So they don't go anywhere.
You can do that in the crappy old dashboard. Here in what I call storage unit number 2 with the Fury, and I am putting this stuff down. This is out because I had a little portable propane heater in here. It's not heated in this one, so I am going to use my rust reformer just to give it a little bit better surface, and spray painted that. And then I also kind of got into some of these, gotten some surface rust and thought it couldn't hurt. And so I'm going to put these are these Amazon cheapo ones. I think it was $20 for 10 square feet or something, but since they're hidden, that's fine. I did put a layer on my little, this is that cardboard piece, but I was getting a lot of exhaust fumes. I put this little carpet runner up here because this is all open, and I also have a big comforter that I have down on the floor. And then I cut up, I had some, can't really see it, maybe you can. I just had some carpeting from the truck, extra carpeting that I once had in the truck, and I just cut that and put that down, and then the floor mats keep that down. Because I really like driving this, and I mean, once it gets snowy and too wet, then I can't, because one of the brakes locks up way too quick. But I do want to show the exhaust tips I got. I had to get a length of pipe, just went over because it ended here, so that didn't help. The exhaust ended up, plus some of the holes in the trunk, and then I got these exhaust tips. I'll probably drill the holes so those run all the way through, but not a big deal. I have another video of them running, so I'll play that now. Nice thing is I don't have to fully cover it. I can just put sheets 1, 2, 3, I don't know, 4 sheets along the roof. Even that's probably overkill, but I don't mind overkill on sound deadener. Hope this is warm enough. Let's line it up with. Maybe I'll get the heat gun and maybe heat it up a little bit too. But so you can hear the echo. So we'll do this again. Afterwards. Jobs. Yeah, so I think I might actually, because this is going to be this way for a while, I think I'm actually going to throw a coat of paint on those so they're not so bright and shiny. So I think I'll just do that. And I ran out of paint, but I got the front pretty good painted, and well, that one kind of painted and that one painted. So It doesn't have to be perfect, but again, I'm going to probably be driving this thing like this for a little bit until I get, when I get the seats, I don't know, maybe before I have them put the seats in, I'll have them do up the headliner for me. I think I'll have them do it, but here, check this out. Remember how that sounded? For the Fury right now, I'm gonna put some sound deadener down on the inside of here. I got quite a bit of it. This is 80 mil. It's a little bit different than the other stuff, the blue stuff I was getting for inside. I think this was on sale. It's the same square foot for about the same price as the Amazon stuff, but it's a smaller piece. And but what I'm going to do is put it on the underside, because as you can see here, maybe you can see, yeah, you can see that flexes pretty good. When I'm driving, you can even see this wobbling. So I'm going to do this now because it's cold outside, but I just took it for a drive to try out my new white walls, Travel Star 225 75 15s. They're just something I got off of Amazon. I think it was $270 for all four. So, and they're just temporary because I do plan on getting some rims for this, and you know, a better tire, a performance tire. So in the meantime, these will work. Get this these installed. It's nice and toasty in here now. I can never remember where it is. But the stuff goes out much better when it's warm as opposed to being absolutely freezing. This is really going to be simple because I don't want to sit here and like edit me putting this on, but fit it, cut it, stick it, fit it, cut it, stick it. I don't know, so kind of wish this was bigger, but oh well. So I put pieces up here and here, here, and then I did that whole section, and I think that's more than enough because this is already, even that's solid, and that too. So I'm not even going to waste my time trying to do that. That's just probably where it's not connected very well, but yeah, definitely much quieter. So I got my buddy heater in here. It's nice and toasty in here. It actually warms up the garage because it warms up all the metal. Speaking of metal, I took all the seat belts off. I did just grab this piece of metal. It was nice because it was exactly the right size I needed. And that'll go there. I'm going to sand and coat this, and I don't know what the other side looks like, but then I'm going to put actually probably these is bigger, one of these sheets down on both sides. I'm going to do one on the other side. So essentially what I'll have is I'll have a sheet on the bottom keeping it protected, and then I'll put a sheet on the top, and then I'll put this down and just throw some self tappers in, and just making it weird LED flickering, and that way if I ever do decide to actually do it better, I can. So next step is to sand, vacuum up, and pour 15 the rust areas, and then get it prepped for a bunch of this that I have coming. maybe I should turn off the heater for using when I clean this with the brake clean. Yeah, that's a smart thing to do. Alright, I'll let that run for a bit. Get everything nice and toasty in there. And come back and put the pour 15 down. Yeah, that should be enough for that. So I've used this stuff on the truck. I did the whole frame in pour 15. I'm sorry, POR 15, and that was several years ago, and it's still holding. So all right, well, let that dry. Guess I could bring one of the heaters in here. I think it probably should not explode. I'll leave front windows open. Not even sure where I'm gonna put this thing. Oh, come on. Maybe I'll let them maybe I'll let it just air dry a little bit, and then I'll put the heaters in. I want to show you this. So here is the underside of where that rust was. So what I did was I took the a piece of that vinyl sound deadener, pressed it up really good, roll it in, and then I took some undercoating and sprayed it really good. So this should actually hold really well. There's good metal under all this stuff here, so, and it's all coated. It's all coated, so it should be fine. I'll keep an eye on it, but it's not like I'm going to be driving this thing in the dead of winter. Looks like I want to get in there, put some Eastwood internal frame coating. That'll be a next spring project. That stuff's really nice. So anyway, I guess I'll move to the front of the car and we'll grease the stuff up there. I realized that I never got to greasing the suspension, and I've got 100 miles on it, so I should probably check that if I'm going to keep driving it. Yeah, these are looking a little dry, and the boot is still there, but at least I can get to everything. Yeah. Oof. Some gross stuff coming out of there. Here's some of my green stuff. Since this one doesn't have a boot, I'm gonna have enough extra, so it just kind of... This is some really extra heavy duty grease too. There we go. Point there. You don't need to see me putting grease on all of these, so just gonna finish doing this here. Over on this side, looks like it might be okay. That one looks like it's been replaced, but my exhaust sound, my exhaust leak, I believe that's it right there, because that is rubbing up against that, and guessing it's been doing it for a while, so I'll have to address that at some point, and then I'll probably just do my little exhaust wrap stuff, seal that up. Coming to you now from the back of the Fury. I've got my sound deadener sheets and my drain plugs, and I'm going to put all the sound deadener down back here so that when my carpeting comes next week, it's supposed to be here this weekend, I'll probably be here Monday maybe, I can at least put the back carpeting in. Actually, no, I'm gonna yeah, I can probably get the back carpeting in, and then I'll pull the seats and clean up the front, and then put the seats back in, put the carpeting in, and then these seats, because my the ones I have, the buckets at the upholsterer, I'm sure I won't see those till next year, late next year. And then what I did was, remember on the bottom side, this is where there's a little bit of rust here, I think some here, and it was just kind of soft just in this general area. So I've got a sheet on the back side that's attached and then undercoated, and then this is actually, like, you know, stuck to the other side, so it's pretty well sealed. And then I have this that obviously I don't know if I really need it, but I'm just going to self-tap just a couple, just to get this here, just to make it a little stronger. And then yeah, so I'm going to be just in case my thing all froze up, so what I have is layer, piece, and then I've got a piece here that overlaps, because this one went down about that far, so I wanted to make sure this is fully covered. And it's also, again, it's overkill for sound deadener, but if I want to keep like the moisture off the floor, this is really good for that. If this stuff is pressed down, there's no way moisture is getting down between this layer and then the vinyl butyl. And then again, so if there is any water, it'll just end up staying here. It's not gonna like get behind it. Water here will kind of pool, maybe it'll go down there and not back there somewhere. So I'm gonna come up a little bit higher on there too. Okay, so again, that has been moved out of the way. Everything's been tightened up. and loosen this, and then the bolts for the exhaust manifold, and put it into place, tightened it up. Plenty of room. I'm going to use this to cover up the part that got damaged. I also hammered that in a bit first to see how much I could get. So I decided to try this tape instead of the cement, which I normally used. Let me feel out which I'm going to need. I'll probably just use most of it. So I'm supposed to put some of this aluminum tape on first. I think I just need a little bit. Wanted it to overlap better, but well, whatever. And enough to come back around. All right. Is that hot or does it just feel hot? And then, let's see, take the remaining tape. I'm actually going to cut. I wasn't recording the last bit. I guess I thought I was. So I got the. I don't even know what I captured, so I'm just gonna recap. I'm gonna recap everything. So, so this was rubbing up against that, and so I was able to move it back. I loosened the back clamps because then I was able to push the pipe back a little bit more, loosened those two bolts, and was able to shift it back, got it nice and tight. I tightened this one first so that it stayed back, and then I tightened that one, and it's got pretty decent amount of space between. So, and then I wrapped it with this stuff, tire patch. So I put a piece of aluminum foil down over the hole, wrapped it up, and this stuff goes over it just to keep it in place while it cures. So I got to run the engine a bit to get it to cure. So let's do that. So I still have a leak from those holes. See, there's no little hole down here. Alright, I got this pad from Amazon. I think I'm supposed to. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so I did this wrong. So there's all these little pads here, so I just have to, I'm actually going to not use those. I'm going to use this, since these are a little bit bigger. I can just, oh man, do they all do that? Oh, they do, okay. All right, well, I'm gonna cut these, attach them to the bottom, get everything fitted, and then stick them down. All right. Let's get her fitted, and then I'll just work my way across, taking pieces off as I go. Here. And if I have troubles with the sticking, I'm breaking out the self-tappers. We're just going to screw it in then. I did it kind of backwards. This stuff stick here. Alright, so that actually sticks to that, so let's see. Got these. I just run these across the front. Oh yeah. I can do that. That way this one will look, because the dash is the most important part. One piece here. Yeah, that ain't gonna fly. Piece there. There. All right, so I'm gonna run some down along both sides of here. Maybe I should. I think I'll run some up there too. lucky stuff. Alright, let's run this one over there. Oh, that looks nice. Peas. That one will be good. And let's do this other section first. Yeah, doing that and that. I like that. Let's take this last piece and put it under there. Yeah, nice. What do you think? Oh, you gotta see this sunset. All right, well now we're gonna move to taking the front seats out so I can get to all the front stuff, because I'm like in this like small garage for the storage unit. I'm just going to actually disconnect the seats and then move it back here, coat it, and then put the carpeting down and put it back. So it's going to be undoing these two bolts, and the two bolts looks like just on each side, and that's it. Uh-oh. Looks like I'll be putting a nut on that one. Okay, so floor looks good. Worse is there, but that looks like it's all surface. A little bit crunchy there, but that's just a cover for like wiring. This is pretty solid. That's very solid. It's a little soft, but I think it'll be fine. Sweet. Well, goal right now, vacuum this, scrape it, coat it. Now, I got this done probably as good as it's gonna be. So I pulled this out. I'm gonna keep it there just to provide scaffolding for my sound deadener. Inspected by 5. Got in there pretty good. It doesn't look bad. It was just a lot of, everything was rusting from here. I think their water was getting in. I haven't seen any water get in since I've been driving it. I must have cleaned something out when I was washing it. Maybe the water was building up somewhere and not going where it needed to. Anywho, I got one hole here, so after I coat all this and then put the sound deadener down, I'll get underneath and I'll probably coat that. I'm also going to make sure everything down here is painted from the underside. Maybe get some undercoating. While it's all drying, I'm going to get these sill panels off so I can properly install my carpet. More than enough. That's hopefully. Now, it's been a few hours. It's tacky, but yeah, I'm impatient. I should probably wait till it fully dries. Okay, for this section, so I've got, I'm just got this all done up to here. So I'm gonna leave that crappy ass stuff up just as kind of like a scaffolding for this, because I'm gonna, you know, fold it over like that. And I have a piece underneath here because this is a little bit, oh, okay, well, whatever. This is a little bit weak, and I think there's a hole here, and I wouldn't be surprised if there were some pinholes. So I put a piece under there, and then those two pieces they'll stick. And this one I didn't have a plug, so this is actually a piece of the sound deadener on the underside. So those two will stick together, and that'll be sealed forever. So yeah. I'm going to do it from here, and I'm going to have a piece that goes over that and goes over the two. And works pretty good to actually, like, this end works pretty good for forming. So to go ahead and like form it, stretch it while it's still got the backing, because that way you're stretching it and it has a little more give, as opposed to when you stick it to the floor and then you're trying to stretch it even further and then it rips. Also, you can make sure everything lines up good too. All right. No. Next, so this stuff I was going to use on the inside of the hood for insulation, but Logan talked me out of that because of the shininess, and you know what, that's fine. What I'm gonna do is I'm putting it in here. So I don't have headliner, but at least I'll have that, and I have just enough to get all three sections. I'm not gonna cover this. I'm not gonna worry about that, but it'll definitely help. And I'm gonna paint it black. Alright, we'll line it up along here. Go all the way. I'll leave about an inch on each side. This stuff will pull off. Like if you stick it and pull it off, this stuff will likely come off and stay on the surface. So it's not one of these things you want to like press in really good right away. It's not as forgiving as the sound deadener vinyl. Get it to the edge, but don't stick it to the... Remember, it doesn't have to be good, it just has to be good enough. Yeah, that's not a pretty edge there, but that's fine. I'll get the roller and roll the stuff on better. First. All right, I think that's good. I'm going to get the roller, roll this in better. And then I have a thought for this. So this piece, this is my Silas from the truck, plus that section equals this work of art. Where do I have a flashlight? Equals that. Now I know it's not pretty, but what's prettier, that or that? You can't even see it. But also, I mean, oh, actually, I'm going to cover that hole there too. But it's definitely going to be a little bit more sealed. So that'll be nice. So it's pretty straightforward. I just take this and first off, let's we're just gonna throw her in. Actually do it a tiny bit differently. This stuff is cold, so it's kind of nice. It's a little bit easier to work with. I can move it around and it's not sticking on everything. So we're going to come out to here. Down. Just trim that up. Look at those white balls. So the carpet is in, and we got the old floor mats in too. Here's the after.